There we go. How's it going? How's it going out there? What's up? We are back and we are live.
We are
live.
live.
This is live. That we were not live last week. Last week we actually just posted it, so it's good to be live. How you guys been?
Pretty good. Got our draft set, so everything kind of like what to root for now. You kind of see the season starting, and we're like 2 days away, so I think everything's kind of it's like day before Christmas,
We had so just to recap, we had the draft at Greg and Julie's. Well, Julie wasn't there, but Greg, thank you for hosting. Appreciate it. That was a good time.
Yeah,
it was the quietest draft I'd been to in about a decade. It was very calm.
It was just there was a calmness in the room.
At one point, I was like,
nothing like going crazy.
Done this at my house, no problem.
Yeah,
yeah.
I will say this though, this was the most complete draft from all teams. There's not one team that's just like, damn, you suck.
Yeah, not one that just went on what's it called, auto draft. So
actually, maybe Eddie's. Eddie's might be there.
Eddie's team's pretty bad.
It's pretty close.
I don't know. He ended up filling in that bottom of that roster pretty poorly, I think. But
8 wide receivers. Can't really do much with that. So
we did live draft, right?
So we do a live auction draft.
Excellent.
But
you ever done an auction, Matt?
I've never done an auction.
Oh man, they're fun.
I think I should do a
lot less waiting around.
A mock draft.
Yeah, a mock. You can probably do a mock auction. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I feel like it definitely would take some time to settle into. I mean, like how long before you guys were comfortable with doing that?
We started year 1 auction.
Yeah,
never been,
but nobody knew what they were doing. I'm sure.
First year. I mean, kinda, sorta. You had $200.
I like your confidence.
But I'm curious what we bid on, like what our highest bids were back then, like the very first and second year, because we were newer at it.
Yeah, I think over the years our highest bid has clicked up. Yeah.
Totally.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
right now,
David Johnson, I think, still holds it at 90, but still, every year the top guy goes from anywhere from like 75 to 80.
Who was our top? Yeah. Christian.
I mean, so 90 isn't that far off.
This year our top guy was Breece Hall for 80.
Damn, I don't know if I've seen it past 80. Well, minus David Johnson, but
87.
87.
You've seen 87.
I've seen 83. That's what you're thinking.
Oh, 83.
Oh, it was 83.
83.
It was
83. Come on.
I was like, you clicked it.
87. It was 83.
You remember?
Yeah.
Oh, of course I remember. I just got a Facebook memory that had something to do with that Jimmy Graham draft.
Yeah.
It was like $83 with like a smiley face or something.
Yeah.
Matt Sorrow accidentally
paid
$83.
I think I've heard the story.
Oh, this story comes up every year because it's a fucking funny story.
Comes up every year. You have to be reminded. You have to relive that every year.
I think I like it. I like that story because it was truly an accident. Hit 13, and maybe a little bit too much of that going on. Boom,
$83 later. Jimmy Graham's yours.
I mean, that didn't happen to me to the same extent, but Brandon Ayuk came up, so I was like, well, I'm tired of this dollar thing.
Right.
So I typed in 15, and it was like crickets. And I was like, God damn, I could have gotten it for like 10.
Yeah, but then did it creep up?
No, not one person bet after 15. Not one person.
I think a lot of people were like getting a drink or something. Because
that's what you got Ayuk for, was 15?
Yeah.
I actually think that's a good deal.
That's not
I know. But
I think he's going to have.
But at that time, everyone was going for like 8 to 10 because that's all the money people had.
What did you say, Matt, about Ayuk?
I think he's going to have another good year.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I don't.
Oh,
no, I
got his contract ready.
I even traded for him on draft night. We had 2 trades go down after our draft already.
An all-time record.
Our league, Matt. Yeah,
that's never happened, right?
Never once, and we had it done twice.
I don't even think we've gotten a preseason trade done. Isn't that right? Or did we break that last year?
I think we broke it preseason.
Preseason, like the day after the draft or something.
Yeah, but never.
My theory is nobody was falling down drunk this year, like they were the past few years. I know last year.
Everybody kept it pretty chill, man.
Everyone kept it super chill. You know why? Because you didn't bring the tequila, Rich. That's why.
I brought
tequila
and a bottle of Crown.
Well, yeah, but one was to get. Actually, they were both gifts.
Yeah, but I thought like, hey, let's.
Don't you hate that? Nothing against hosts, but it's funny. Sometimes I'll bring like brownies over, and I'll be like, "Please open those," and they don't, and you're like, "Damn it!"
You feel personally offended.
No. I just wanted a brownie. Like, hey,
you just take it back. You just take it back home with you, like Costanza's parents.
Yeah. If they didn't open
they didn't serve the marble.
They didn't serve it. That's right. So nobody. What? Greg had the Crown, and then who did you get a bottle of tequila for?
Syrup.
Syrup. That's
Dr.
right.
Dr. Syrup.
Well, Syrup had other things to run too. Yeah. Wink, wink.
Yeah. He was on his way out of there.
Yeah, he's like, 10 o'clock. All right, boys. My night's starting now. Later.
Yeah.
Young dudes. Young single dudes. All right. Anyway, it was a fun night.
So how do you guys feel like you did in the draft? Sarah, I'll start with you.
Out of 10, I want to go 7 at the highest, 6.5.
Okay.
All right. Well,
because I got a bunch of. I don't have any. Well, St. Brown. Yeah, that's my stuff. That's my stuff.
It's always your running backs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I held off on a quarterback for at least like 30 minutes. You guys saw that shit.
You had a lot of restraint this year, Sorrow.
Totally. Yes. Josh Allen came up. I'm like, don't do it.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like who's Josh more handsome?
Because
Jimmy G's gone. Like who's the next handsome guy? And it's Joe Burrow.
Totally.
Yeah. Sorrow, you got no backs. I haven't looked really at your roster too much, but yeah, you got no backs.
Josh Jacobs.
I got backs.
Problem. You got Josh Jacobs. You got Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard, and that's literally it. Those are your two backs.
That's it. Literally it.
That's.
Sorry,
you do this every time.
I'm gonna take care of. Hey, I made a move. All the backs were going for way too much, way too early. I mean,
That's
wanted.
The point. They did. There's not that many.
Achane, that was my main guy because I'm like I can get him for like $60.
Yeah.
And what did he go for?
Oh, I got Achane for 53.
53? Maybe I thought I was going to get him a little.
It was lower. Just that it was the timing of it. This is what happens sometimes in the auction draft is that like I had a ton of money when it was
right.
And so it was like you couldn't have gone any further really. Like I think I extended you out.
I was battling you on him for sure.
Yeah,
back and forth.
But I had money.
Like, I know
we battled too, Sorrow.
Yeah,
it's like you listen to the podcast and just
bit
up all my players.
I battled him on Henry, Derrick Henry.
Oh no!
Don't you forget about CJ?
How did that go?
And Stroud. Well, here's what happened. As I'm bidding him up on Henry, Greg looks over and goes, "Well, that's his kid's name." I was like, "Of course it is." I didn't even think about it. So
that's why I'm picking him.
That's it.
How high did it go?
62.
Yeah.
62.
Oh, you paid 62 on Derrick Henry. And we thought you were going to pay. We thought you were going to pay 45.
Yeah.
Wow.
My bad.
You want to get Stroud? You want to get Stroud?
And Stroud, yeah, I was like, I want that guy.
He's the highest paid quarterback in our league, man.
CJ Stroud.
I paid $5 more than Patrick Mahomes.
The guy puts up numbers
35.
In a QB. If you can put up 4,000 plus and like 35 plus touchdowns, then you're gold.
For sure.
I mean,
and I think CJ Stroud's going to put up those numbers.
Oh, totally.
He's going to pass for those numbers. Yeah. He's just He's limited in the run game. He doesn't run the ball very much. Which maybe they'll open that up a little bit this year.
Dude, I told myself if I get Barkley, Henry, and Stroud, I'm going to win. And not like that, but because of the trade me and Rich did, I got a lot of the other guys I wanted. I wanted Kyle Pitts. I wanted Javonte Williams. I got Bo Nix as my backup, which I wanted. But, I didn't do my fucking research. And Stroud and Nix have the same bye week. So that was pretty dumb.
So that, remember on the patio, everyone thought Brad was trying to do a little swindaloo move there. But no, he was all in with Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is my guy.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about him, though? Like, you can't use him. And now you
got
Bo
that's
Nix
the thing.
and Javonte. Like, I don't see you
Well,
ever
Bo Nix is
just Javonte.
Bo Nix is just an insurance policy. Like
insurance,
something happens to Stroud, I It's the same bye week. It doesn't matter. And if he does do well, week 7, 8, I'll trade him for a different, guy, so I get a bye covered.
Yeah, I think you need to trade him. I think.
I totally will. I just no one believes in Bo Nix like I do, so I need 3-4 games under his belt. So,
but we haven't really, or we have not seen him play unless if you watch.
I'm telling you, we will revisit this in like 3 to 4 weeks, and you guys will understand Bo Nix and how good he is.
I'm not doubting you by any means. If it's a 50-50 like that, I'm gonna go with maybe the guy I've seen play in the NFL for 1 year. And that's why Stroud impressed the hell out of me. Last year, he just under the radar, and then boom, it's like, shit.
And he's humble.
Guy put up mad numbers. So,
but I really want to get Tank Dell. That's the other guy I'm trying to get.
Yeah, I don't know, Brad. You're gonna have to give him a real offer, something. I don't know how you do that. How you get Tank Dell? But yeah, Tank Dell was definitely a target of mine coming into the season. I wanted him pretty bad.
Yeah.
But okay, so
Greg got him, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Tank Dell, Eddie.
Oh, no, Eddie.
Okay.
He got Nico Collins and Tank Dell. Like
that's what's going on.
All right, Brad. We started with Sorrow and how he felt about his team. How do you feel about your team?
Did we lose silence for his team?
Did I lose you?
What'd you say?
I
thought you were talking to Sorrow. Sorry.
No.
So we talked about your Sorrow's team, how he felt about it.
I thought you kind of deduced how I feel. I love it. I mean, I spent too much on my people, but honestly, I achieved.
Are you a 9 or a 10? 9 or a 10?
8.5, 9, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, if I would have got Tank Dell, I would have been a 10.
So your roster now: C.J. Stroud, Barkley, Henry, Javonte Williams, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts,
Falcons defense, Justin Tucker.
Yeah,
that's solid.
Good starting lineup.
I got Keaton Mitchell. I went and picked up Keaton Mitchell, so I got him on my bench too. I got Texans defense and Lions defense, so literally I can, just swap the best defense. Shakir, I think he's going to be a beast.
Speaking of defense, real quick, I heard on the one of the shows today that KC might be pretty damn good this year, top 5.
I love KC's defense. Yeah.
They were great last year, and I don't know why they go down. So
who got him? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I don't know who has him. Somebody has him, right?
That completely missed. I missed that whole thing until I heard about it today. So
it's funny because, the end of the draft, I finished up pretty much either first or second, and then I was just done, and there was still 50 picks to go. I was like, holy shit. So, I just didn't even pay attention really at the end.
There were some decent options left that late, believe it or not.
Yeah,
players.
I feel like I filled out my bench, really deep this year. I feel like there was a lot of depth. Let's see who got Kansas City. What the hell is it doing? I wanted to know who got Kansas City. I got my defense. I was pretty happy about my defense. Pittsburgh. People are down on Pittsburgh this year, though. I don't know why. Kansas City.
Russell Wilson went over there. But it's Mike Tomlin, man. Mike Tomlin makes everything work. Guy's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, their defense hasn't. They didn't lose anybody on defense. I think they're going to be, if any. Russell Wilson. Bottom line, if you look at what they had last year, that's an improvement.
That's an upgrade. 100%.
It's an upgrade no matter what. Yeah. I think people are really downplaying that. Their quarterback. I
don't know why they're hating on Wilson, man. He never did anything fucked up or anything, even while he was in Denver.
Dude, he's so cringe.
He's an eccentric guy.
He's literally so cringe. That's
a little bit of a goofball.
What's cringe is the word. Cringe. Cringe is the appropriate word.
He gives
is that a cool new word for young people?
It's it's a cool word for he's not.
Way to describe
he's a little cringe.
He's creepy and weird.
So he wants his own office. What's the big deal?
No, man, go watch some videos. He's creepy.
Yeah.
I'll send you a couple.
That's the thing. Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually seen an interview.
They said, remember they said they went to London The whole team went to London, and he was on the plane doing like stretches and like workouts, like in the middle of the.
He was doing like
rows.
high knees,
and everybody's doing high knees. That's
what he was doing.
Yeah,
he's getting ready, man. Like these.
Who the hell does high knees on a plane?
Everybody's trying to sleep.
Psycho.
You gotta be quiet, man. Yeah. I don't know. Read the
maybe
room.
Maybe he's afraid of flying, and that's the only way to calm him down.
Take a
high knees. Just saying.
This is my take on Russ Wilson. Russ Wilson will be good if he can run outside the pocket. If he's still got some legs underneath him, he'll be great because all of his like greatness came from, running out the side of the pocket, taking the run or dumping it or doing something like that and going on the fly. So if he has to say a pocket passer, I mean, he'll still be better than he was in Denver because that was just a very toxic situation. Sean Payton wanted him to fail because he wanted him gone. He wanted to bring in someone new. So, like, no matter what, he was going to fail. So I do think it's going to be better this year. But if he can't move out of the pocket, I wonder, what his ceiling is, which then George Pickens, Freiermuth, all those guys kind of go question marks to me. I mean, he could run out the pocket and be the old Russ Wilson. I mean, he's only, 2 years removed from Seattle playing well. So it's not that uncommon to think like he can go right back to it.
Like you said, upgrade. Like Pickens last year, I mean, he got injured and stuff, but I was just like, I was never on board with that dude as a QB.
I like
Pickett, not Pickens. Pickens is the receiver.
That's Pickett. Pickens is the wide receiver.
Pickett. I always mix those two up. Anyway, I don't like that quarterback. I would never.
No, he's terrible.
Draft.
Kenny Pickett is terrible. Yeah, he's terrible. So I mean that you do see that will be. That's the thing is I think I took a flyer on George Pickens because of that. I feel like he was already showing what kind of receiver he is. So if they improve at quarterback, he's only going to. I think he will improve as well. I think the offense improves. So anyway, we talked about Pittsburgh for.
So there's receivers that need to have the right quarterback, and then there's receivers that can catch anything, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's just like
so that's the tier difference.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even Justin Jefferson can catch the ball from anybody. But if you put someone like a Tom Brady or someone that can really throw the ball or Patrick Mahomes,
really excel.
Holy fuck, is his numbers going to be through the roof? So, he can still put numbers up, but it's not going to ever reach his full potential unless some guy's leading the ball down the field.
Totally, the chemistry between wide receiver and QB, not like it's pretty common, but it's not as common as we want it to be because that means higher scoring games and just great offense. But I don't know. Nobody drafted a duo this year, by the way, QB wide receiver, right? Nobody did that this year.
Like a big stack.
Like a stack,
yeah, not wide receiver, but like tight ends.
Yeah,
I did it with tight ends. Yeah.
Oh no, Anthony Richards, Michael Pittman.
Oh yeah, that's right. Chris did do that. Anthony Richardson and Michael Pittman, which was a stack I was interested in.
Everyone's team already.
Yeah, I think you have, huh?
That's pretty good.
Pretty close.
Pretty damn
good.
good.
Brad's already looking at the trade market so much that he's got every team in the league pretty much.
See all the algebra signs and like trigonometry going off behind you.
Yes.
Yeah, you could do a graphic right behind you.
Dude, I write on my mirror.
Or do you have one of those walls with like detectives have with the yarn going from this pin to this pin?
Yes.
It's Pepe Silva.
Do you have that?
It's Pepe Silva. That's from Sonny too. It's wonderful.
So Brad's team's a 9, 8.5, 9, and Rich. It's up to you. It's you're up next.
Yeah.
Okay. I was disappointed in my draft, just simply because of quarterback. I had to pretty much entirely punt at that position, so I was pretty disappointed. But looking back, I do have to say,
the quarterbacks that you got then.
So okay, yeah, let's see who I ended up with. When I've already dumped one of them, and put a new one on my roster. But I finished the draft with Trevor Lawrence and Kirk Cousins.
And I know you dropped Cousins because I saw.
Oh my god!
And you picked up.
I told you a full-on punt. Yeah,
Deshaun Watson.
Today I picked up Deshaun Watson. That's me making the situation better.
Now
I'm Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson. So
why Watson? Why Watson over
Watson over Cousins? Okay, because
ceiling.
Because Watson has the at least possibility that he could have high end ceiling. There's like Cousins. I feel like he's the type of I've drafted 2 guys in Trevor Lawrence and Cousins who don't have that high of a ceiling, that they are both kind of the same guy. So I didn't really want the same guy.
They have higher floors.
And
I say they have higher floors, but
he's old. He's like 35-6, right?
Who?
Cousins,
yeah, 36 off an injury. So like,
exactly.
it's not what you want to do. I mean, I had him on my list, but it was more like he would be the guy. Like if I did Jaden Daniels, then I would do more like a Kirk Cousins on the back end of that. But Trevor Lawrence, I will tell you, I do have him very highly rated this year. I think he will be a top 12 quarterback. So that is one thing out the gate is like, I rate personally Trevor Lawrence higher than most people do. So that's like one thing I'd tell you is I wouldn't be scared to put Trevor Lawrence on my roster. I wanted him on my roster. It's just a matter of...
Who was your top choice for QB?
Honestly, I wanted Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, that's right.
But he went for too much. And then, you know what? It's funny. I think back on like my draft. I feel like every player I went after, there was somebody else on the other end of it that wanted him really bad too. Like Anthony Richardson, Chris really wanted him because like he went for it. And I was like, I can't go there, man. Right. And then, so really going into the draft, it was either going to be Anthony Richardson or Kyler Murray. And during our draft, it ended up to where it was just me and one other dude, Ryan, and he already had a quarterback. He had already gotten Jaden Daniels, and he came after Kyler Murray, and I was like blindsided. I wasn't thinking that he was going to still come after. I thought I had him secured for like $15, which is what I had in for.
And he had 20 plus, right?
And then he went for 20.
20. Yeah.
Well, I think I would have had to push 20. It was at 19, and I would have had to push 20. But so if I had done Murray, you'd look at my roster, it'd be a lot different right now.
You know what's funny? As the season goes on and he keeps Murray on the bench and he just racks up points, you're like, you son of a bitch.
Well, that's the thing too. Is
I
don't know why he did it because he's got Kyler Murray and James Conner now. I just don't. I wouldn't be buying into the Cardinals' offense like that. That's kind of crazy. But no, okay. So my roster, otherwise, I did everything else I was looking to do. Is kind of the point. I got the backs that I was looking to get, and I got wide receivers like I'm looking to get. So I walked out with Jahmyr Gibbs, Kyron Williams, and Devon Achane. So like those 3.
Solid.
Oh yeah, and I have the Cincy backfield too. Like I said, I think people, if you haven't drafted, if you draft tomorrow, I think that's like a huge thing. Like I think the Cincy backfield is something to go after. Just get both pieces if you can for cheap, and then let it play out. I think one of these guys becomes the lead back. I think it is going to be Chase Brown. If you can only get one, then I suggest getting Chase Brown because I think he's going to end up being the back half of the year. But yeah, so I was pretty happy. I mean, that's the thing is like overall, I look back at it and I go, well, if I'm going to get the backs that I wanted to get, I kind of did have to punt at least at one position. That's just where I have to,
It's always quarterback.
Is it an 8? 8.5?
Yeah.
8.
So I give myself like overall an 8.5. Looking back at it.
All right. So our values make sense because that 6.5-ish, 6. Or something like that, 6.5. Anyway, but yeah,
I honestly think you can. You said that you told yourself you were 7.5. I think that's right.
I downgraded after hearing your teams again. So, like, I don't know, man.
It always makes me laugh though. Like there are 10 to 12 really good backs, and every year Rich and I get 6 of them.
But I tried. I tried this year.
You did try, yeah.
But try harder. I mean,
next year,
Brad just said, "Be better."
I'm gonna have Brad right here saying, "Try harder." Like, we'll do.
But it's just so crazy to me that like there's 12 people in our league, so theoretically we should all have one of them.
One good back.
and me and Rich get 3 each year. And it's like, people are like, I can't believe you spend so much on running backs. Because I mean, I spent what, $140 on 3 running backs in theory.
Dang.
So
that's a good deal, man.
But every year, week 3, 4, people like, hey, what do you want to trade for one of your backs?
Well, I gotta give Greg a lot of credit this year.
Oh yeah,
Greg.
Greg 152 bucks on 2 running.
Okay, so Rich has 3, I have 3, Greg has 2.
Solid.
Where are the rest?
Running backs are where it's at.
There's only 4 left, and they're scattered out, 1 to each team. Yeah,
between 9 teams.
Like I do think Josh Jacobs is a good play. I think he's a top 12 player.
He's top 12 for sure. That's why I want.
So that's good to have that. Yeah,
I wanted Josh Jacobs number 1, and then Javonte Williams number 2 if I couldn't get him. So
yeah.
And sorry, trust me, I've looked at your team because I want Josh Jacobs, but he's your only back. So there's no way I'd take your only back without giving you, Henry or Barkley, and that's not what I want to do. So.
Right. That's not what you're doing. So
you know what? Nobody talked about the kicker.
We actually got great kickers.
Yeah.
We got great kickers. Yeah.
Actually, sorry, who's your kicker? I don't know about you.
I got Matt Prater.
Yeah.
I literally, I mean, the guy's got a leg. He's accurate. He's
got a leg. He qualifies as a kicker. Yes.
Well, meaning a leg. Like, when they said that guy's got a leg.
He's got a leg.
He's got a leg. All right.
Dude, speaking of legs, your kicker's got a leg, Rich.
He does. He's that XFL guy. He's on the Detroit Lions.
My number 1 kicker was Aubrey. I was willing to spend $5 on him, which is crazy to do for a kicker. But he went for like 8 to 10. And I was like, okay.
That shit was funny.
Yeah. I've already spent like way too much on Derrick Henry, and then I spent too much on CJ Stroud. So I'm like, all right, dude, you're not spending too much on a kicker.
We had a kicker go real early too. Like
I thought Brad was right though to go after that Brandon Aubrey guy. He is a difference maker. I think he's going to separate himself from the rest of the kickers this year by about a good 2 to 3 points.
All this kicker talk just 2 years ago. You guys were trying to nix the damn position.
Well, we've been forced to invest. We've been forced to invest our knowledge.
All right, they've moved on.
It's crazy.
That's great.
Bad budget, man. I'm gonna be
Jack Bates, man. I'm going to tell you, Jack Bates, the kicker, the Detroit Lions kicker, 14 out of 17 indoor games this year. So I love that, and I love that offense. So, and that's one thing I do like to do. It's a little tip for people. Like, I think my best skill player is Jahmyr Gibbs. So I also have, when a drive stalls out for the Detroit Lions, hopefully, here comes my kicker guy. That's kind of how it works out. I like to stack in that way.
Derrick Henry, Justin Tucker.
Yeah, you have Justin Tucker?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I love that. So you're watching Ravens games, and oh shit, well, it sucks that the drive stalled out, but now I get 4 points out of my kicker.
Yep. Speaking of Ravens games, that's the opening game.
Speak on Ravens games. Yeah,
it's Sunday Night Football on Thursday.
Sunday Night Football on Thursday.
I didn't know we time traveled like that.
It's pretty cool. It's like both nights at once.
Yeah,
based on a true story.
I missed that.
Oh, it's just based on a true story means like basically nothing has to be true. Like
when you say based on,
you're being facetious.
No.
That's quite the word.
That is quite the word.
Is it? I'm sorry.
It is.
My bad.
It's good to hear that word every once in a while. So you could go with the easier version, which is sarcastic, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Y'all ready for a little bit of this?
Is that what it means?
I think. Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like that was perfect timing.
Oh, did you see me take a rip or something?
No, it just felt like the right thing to do.
I did take a rip.
I think we need to get to the bottom of this. Sorrow.
Get to the bottom of what?
Who was feeding you the info? I'm thinking it was Greg.
Feeding me what info?
This is Brad's guy. Keep betting. Keep betting.
No. I literally, here's what happened.
I'm pretty sure it's Greg.
I was just
and good for you, Greg,
Henry. And I remember you mentioning Derrick Henry as one of your top guys, if not your top guy, but I forgot. I know what your son's name is. Let's just be clear. I didn't connect the dots at the at the draft, and Greg's like, by the way, that's his son's name, and I was like,
I feel like
so my bad.
You weren't gonna lose.
I would have kept going if the guy's name was like Matt Henry. I'd be like, boom, still betting or still going for it, but I backed off.
So he felt sympathy for you.
For family. No, it's not
Dude,
sympathy.
62. It was getting pretty expensive.
Yeah, it was a pity. It was a pity thing.
No.
It was getting pretty out of control.
That had very little to do with it.
And then CJ Stroud being the most expensive quarterback, that's a little out of control.
Yeah,
I mean, he should have been 25.
I think he's going to.
Would you get him at 43 or something or less?
35.
35? Okay. I mean, I know I've paid like 40 or $40 for a quarterback.
And I was still clicking too on him.
Yeah, I had to stop.
Man. You were losing your mind. You had to do it.
And I did it too. I was like fucking.
I didn't know you wanted him. But
how high would you have gone, Brad?
I was in my head right then. I was at 38.
38.
I was at 38. It's like I better not go over 38, man. But dude,
I was just sitting there, just like, holy fuck, dude.
And then I clicked 39. No, I bailed. So
yeah.
There's a couple of them where I dropped some people off the cliff because people thought I really wanted guys, bid them up, and dropped them.
I did that with Jay a lot.
Yeah.
I did that on like all those first 4 players that he got. I didn't want any freaking one of them.
Yeah,
I got him to
gave
bid
him all
up.
like mid-tier guys. He took them all.
Yeah, Joe Mixon, Rachaad White. He overpaid on Garrett Wilson, and who was the 4th guy? I don't know. I was literally pumping my fist like, oh man, we got him. Those are good ones.
I was afraid Jay wanted Barkley because he's a Philly guy. So when his money was going down, I was like, okay, great. I'm not gonna have to bid anyone up.
Yeah,
nope.
It ended up
listening
being
to
somebody else bidding you up. Yeah. How
Dude,
much did you pay for Barkley?
I want to say 63 or 65.
Damn, dude. Yeah, you paid up. Paid up on those dudes.
I know, but I said
on him and Henry.
It's all relative too, because I paid more, but I got what I wanted. So I mean, technically, I could have paid less and paid more for the other guys, but in the end, besides Tank Dell,
that's what I said when we talked about when I was Kyler Murray. For me, I was like, okay, if I spend this $20 right now, I know I'm not going to fill out the end of my roster like I want to.
Yeah, 65.
And
Barkley.
65 for Barkley. Yeah. So yeah, between those 3, you paid 150 something or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And
almost
then
160.
You filled in the gap. So listen, you guys, your teams are always pretty damn good, year after year, because
appreciate
what the fuck you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you guys know what you're doing, so which is cool. So next year I'm getting a running back first. That's it.
Dude,
you gotta get running back.
You're not.
I mean, you got to do something about it right now, Sorrow. You should be looking at the trade market, really.
I really, but the trade market, because the waivers are garbage.
Spending
waivers are not going to get you a running back.
No.
Yeah, running back, no way. No,
I'm hoping for a backup or maybe a rookie sensation. Those are all gone too, I'm sure. But just got to take a look.
What about if you did something simple with Jay?
I mean, I have a ton of wide receivers. So.
Dude, that's the thing too, sir. You got to think
3-1.
If there is a rookie sensation that's gonna blow and he's on someone's team, trade for him now. Go get him now.
Yeah, exactly.
Just because he's not on waivers doesn't mean you can't go get him.
Good idea.
But you have to get him before he blows. He has one game over 20 points. He's not going nowhere.
He's hanging out.
I guess that's why trades are so important though, because it just seems like every time you draft, there is at least one position where you're just
you can't hit it. You can't hit everything. You just
gotta prioritize.
Even snake drafting, you're gonna come out with there's gonna be holes in your roster. That's why immediately trades the trade market is immediately very valuable. That's where you gotta figure out the rest. I'm quarterback needy, so now I look at teams that have 2 quarterbacks all day. You know what I mean? I'm just all right. How do I make something work with a team that has 2 quarterbers?
Aaron Rodgers.
I looked at your team, Sorrow, but I do not like Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, he's gonna kill it this year. He's killing it.
Okay, well then If that was true, I could talk to you about Joe Burrow, but I cannot talk to you about Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So,
but he's still going to kill
that's
it.
the
Who's going to kill it on my bench? Kill it on my bench.
Who's going to kill it more?
Exactly.
Russell Wilson or that guy you just
Ooh, Russell or Aaron?
Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is a much better situation. Much better situation.
Now pin him up against a quarterback better than Wilson. We could play this game all night. I think he's top. He's top, not 12 by any means. Oh, he's top 12 this year.
He's 10 to 15.
As a fantasy guy?
10 to 15.
Number 12.
15.
He's number 12.
15.
15 bad.
Remember that.
10
I'm
best.
saying 12.
Best ever.
10 best?
10 best.
I think his ceiling is.
Sorrel thinks. What do you think is? Yeah. What do you think his actual ceiling is? Like, what could he be highest?
Oh, highest? Probably 10 to 12.
Well, he can get pretty high.
I'll go 10. Yeah, 10 to 12. That's what I'm going.
Ayahuasca fucks you up, man.
Yeah, dude, that shit gets you lifted.
You're very high.
We'll see. I did hear the Jets locker room isn't like super happy. And
no,
it's
dude,
not.
He's a fucking prima donna fucking psycho, bro. Like, no one wants to play for him.
The coach, the coach is totally kissing his butt though. Like, Rodgers is calling a few of the shots from what I've heard.
Well, that's what all quarterbacks like that do. Like, it's you do what I do, or I'll make you get fired, pretty much.
Yeah. It's also such a weird situation because you have these quarterbacks that are like paid way more than the coaches, right? So
yeah,
you're like, you're my coach, but like, I make more money than you. So,
dude,
I wonder if that
team.
Is it the coach's team or the quarterback's team?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which one is it?
Well,
I mean,
if you're good,
it should be the coach's team, but there's a couple
or is
quarterbacks that end up being kind of co-coaches.
Both.
I mean, yeah.
That'd be ideal.
Think about what it's like though for like the Chiefs. Like, what do they have? They have like the perfect situation.
Dude, Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Mahomes talk a word.
In all respect,
he'll be like, Mahomes would get bitch slapped 100%.
But also, I'm telling you, I think Mahomes has his influence on their offense too. Like, I think they're so collaborative.
Sure.
Like that, it's a great situation to have.
He's a hell of a hype man.
You also have a coach that believes in a quarterback and a quarterback that believes in a coach. Like, that's, like you said, the perfect situation. Like, if you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers who thinks his coach is shit, like, he's just going to, like, no. Everything he says, be like, no, this is what we're going to do. But if he thinks he's a good coach, he's like, okay, I like what you're doing, but what if we do it this way? And then, like you said, it's a collaboration. So,
Aaron Rodgers is like the extreme of, I'm just going to win. That's it. Nothing else matters. I just want to win. Like,
I don't know.
But
no vibe I get.
Well, no, meaning that's all he cares about. He doesn't care about his teammates or their personal lives or anything.
I don't think he cares about his teammates. I think
he just wants to win for him, not for the team. You know?
I think he's like that, more like that guy that clocks in at 9 and is just waiting until 5 o'clock to go home because he just wants to go sip on a beer, take some ayahuasca.
But did he do his work? Yeah.
I mean, like he can do some good work, but is he that motivated? I don't know.
Yeah. What if he did? We'll see. 10 to 12. You say 10 to 15. At least ceiling's 10.
Dude, he could have like a Deshaun Watson like last year. Like, where it's just great offense, great numbers, but just shit numbers. Like 250 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and that's it, you know?
Yeah, we've seen it. It's definitely a possibility.
Who do they play in week 1?
Well,
Niners.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
the Niners.
That'll be
on Monday night.
Time to transfer.
Sorry, you want to trade your...
Talking about week 1 NFL, if you guys want.
Are we doing a live trade? What do you want?
Oh, no, you have the Browns. I thought you had the Niners.
No, I'm trying to find him a trade. I can't find. I got distracted. I wasn't even listening to you guys for a minute there. I was looking for a trade. I'm looking for a trade for Sorrow for his freaking wide receiver situation. But god dang, you're right, Brad. Like, nobody really has backs, man. He needs backs.
Dude,
so it's like when he goes with the receiver.
Greg Smart, like you said, he's the only one that did it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Like, like.
He's a huge McCaffrey fan, though.
You could get James Conner. You want to try to get James Conner? What do you think of
I
James
think
Conner this year?
he's undervalued.
From Turtle?
Yeah,
Tortuga? Yeah, that'd be a good move.
that might be a
Does he-
position
does
for
he
you to make a
need-
move because
he need new receivers?
he could use a receiver. His next best receiver after Tyreek Hill is Malik Neighbors, which I think he'd like, but he could probably use another.
But how do
another
my
Who's throwing him
receiver-
the ball? Who's throwing him the ball?
So give him
matchup?
Devontae Adams for James Conner straight up.
Yeah, Devontae. I don't think he's gonna have a super great year, but you never know.
Or Diggs or Dags.
Diggs.
See, Diggs.
Dude, Diggs.
No.
100%.
Why?
Yes. Dude, sorry.
I've
He's not gonna be
totally-
good this year.
I've totally forgotten who's throwing to him because
He's not
CJ
gonna
Stroud.
be good
Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Yeah.
CJ Stroud.
Hey, brain fart. No, that's gonna be a great fucking combo right there.
No, it's not.
Why
You know
not?
who's a great combo? Tank Dell and Nico Collins, the two guys that were there last year that both had 1,000 yards pretty much.
Yeah, but
Those
You
are the
should
great
send
fucking
Diggs.
combos.
but
You
Diggs,
should send
Diggs.
Diggs.
Dude, what did Diggs do with Josh Allen
Diggs
at
for
the
James
back half of
Conner.
the ceiling?
he had one or two good years with them, and then things all
He had
fell
like
apart.
200-yard games, and that's it. He had like basically under 70 yards.
Last
every
year, not
single
that
game.
great. 2 years ago, Diggs
Yeah.
killed it, and I'm
Well,
thinking,
yeah,
new
2 years
team-
ago, like
new team, new me. That's what he said. New team, new me.
new team, new me. I've heard a lot of guys go to a new team and say, "I'm going to do this and not do shit." It's like the famous politician. I'm telling
was
you,
already-
keep on
he
Devontae Adams.
What if
He's a
Yeah.
way better talent. He's big. Diggs is small.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you
He's
tried
not a
Diggs.
big guy.
Diggs
I don't know.
to Conner.
I gotta think about it.
Dude,
That's-
he's
that's
not running
actually
back
pretty
routes
nice.
like he was. I'm telling you, they're covering him. He can't
Yeah.
get open like he
But
was. And
here's
he's
the thing.
small. He
Well,
can't
because
jump up and get the
Who
ball.
else were they going to cover in Buffalo that was on his level? Like,
Dude, you still had Gabe Davis and Jakir who stretched
I
the field.
know, but
and
Gabe
he
Davis
still couldn't
drops
get
balls all the
75
goddamn
yards.
time.
So now
Well,
they got
Tank
even
Dell and
better
Nico
wide
don't
receivers.
though.
What's
I
that?
don't know. Yeah, Tank Dell and Nico don't drop balls though.
Oh, we got a question over here. Did you see it?
Oh,
From-
we
Yeah,
do?
watch it.
Bruce
I'm too
Garcia.
busy looking at the trade market.
All right, I'm gonna
Waddle, running back
For
Barkley.
PPR.
Who would you start?
PPR,
Barkley.
Nico Waddle.
I like Barkley. Barkley, Nico, Waddle. So I'd probably go Barkley, Kyron, Nico, Waddle.
Well, what's his actual question is who would you start at flex this week?
Flex.
Achan or Rice?
Honestly.
Oh, I like Achan better. He's
Against
playing,
the Jags.
he's playing in a much more up tempo game. I expect a lot of points in the Miami and
Me
Jacksonville.
too. Agreed.
Yeah,
And not only that,
yeah.
like a lot of people forget before Achan got hurt, he was the number one running back in the NFL as a rookie.
Mhm.
Like
He really was. Yeah, I know.
45 touchdowns in a 300-point game. So like his potential and breakout ability is through the roof. Like he
Was-
could literally be a top 5 back.
Whose bench was he sitting on last year? HM.
I had him
you-
for a while.
But he was on someone's bench for a monster ass game.
Oh, yeah, that was Eric.
Zach.
Yeah.
That was Zach, right?
Oh, Zach,
Zach
50-point game. Yeah, he
Dude.
didn't
Yeah,
get
for
the
that 50-point game.
Brutal.
Yeah,
Brutal.
pretty
So,
crazy.
yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
Achan's the guy who's
Cruz has
like,
got a
I
dope
love
team,
it.
man.
Who does?
Cruz has got a dope team. Cruz Garcia.
Oh
Nico
yeah,
Waddle.
Cruz does that. Yeah, Nico Waddle,
Stacked ass team right there.
Barkley,
That's- I like
Kyron, Achan, Rice. Yeah, that is a dope ass team. That's good skill, man.
Like
Good
that's
luck.
we have every guy on that squad but Nico.
That's right. And
Me and you.
maybe you should try to go get Nico, Brad. Can you get Nico instead?
Yeah, but
You'd
I
have
gotta
to
pay
give him
more.
Waddle.
I
You'd
gotta
have
give
to
him Waddle,
Waddle
which
as a
I
deal.
don't really mind, but
Yeah.
I want to get one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me look at that now.
I just feel like Tank Dell, like literally once CJ got drafted, he went into the draft room and said, "Go get Tank Dell, 3rd round." Like they're best friends, they hang out together. Like there's a strong connection with them. So that's why I want Tank Dell.
Eddie's such a tough trader, though. That's the one
I
thing
know.
too. You look at Eddie's roster, and it's like he could use improvement, but like
Wide
you just know
receiver.
that he's
Sorry, he beat your 7 from last year.
wait.
Say
what?
that again.
He beat your drafted wide receivers. One year you drafted 7, which we all made fun of you for.
Yeah,
He was
he's
drafted
receiver.
What year was
receiver.
that? Do you remember?
2 years ago.
Was it two? Well, again, I have my reasons.
Yeah,
He's a
you were
running
blacked
back.
out.
Fucking drunk as shit. He's
Yeah, you were blacked out drunk. That was that year.
He needs a
needless to
back,
say,
Brad. Sorry.
I only got Algier to So it's like a flex 3 back. That's all I can offer him. So
No, you got to get bigger.
nah.
Get bigger.
Nah,
Get
I like
a
my,
game. I'm the kind of guy
It's
that
like-
likes to get a game under his belt before I
It's
talk
cute.
about any trades. Just got to see what the team can do. What could
Yeah,
offer?
that's
you
a
know?
lot of people's mentalities too. It's. I just drafted these guys. I like them, but still, if a hole exists, a hole exists. You know what I mean? So like, I'm like actively like working on the quarterback market, like trying to like just step up a rung at least right now before the season even starts if I can, just because that's a hole. I've got to deal with it. I can't just leave it there.
Who are
I
you?
mean, I can, but I can also try to fix it.
Who are
right
you up
away.
against week 1? So it's Brad
Eric.
and I, by the way. So
I'm
that's
up against
awesome.
Eric. Oh,
You
it's
and-
you two this week?
Yeah,
Oh, fun. Nice. And you guys play twice then this season. I like that.
I text.
yes, I do too.
What did I text them? I think it was like a meme with me shivering a little bit.
Yeah, I told
when
him
the schedule came out.
normally I kind of tell them like, hey, don't be sad if you lose week 1.
Right.
A lot of times it happens, but if you do, just remember you will be at the front of the line for waiver, and week 1 is usually coveted because that's the 1 week or week 2 where you see like the rookies who come out, you see the roles that they're going, you see kind of how things are playing.
Yeah, and then maybe you can pick someone.
So you'll have first pick of that. So like, don't get sad. But now we have a fab budget, so that's all.
I'll probably go 1-1 because I'll put up a
Just
ton
gonna
of
be
points,
sad.
and then you'll put up a little bit more than me. That's all I bitch about every year. So
Yeah. All right, but yeah, let's talk some games too. I wanted to talk
Yeah,
a few.
perfect. Because I know we talked a little bit about Baltimore, Kansas City, and I think the spread is only 3
The opening
That's
game, I like that. Yeah.
on Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one.
I got Baltimore.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
at plus
Baltimore,
3 on
yeah.
the spread. I was actually going to probably take that bet.
you have Baltimore with the spread, Brad.
I think Baltimore wins.
Plus
He's
3.
saying it's going to win, yeah. But plus 3, that's even
But
better.
at KC
Yeah,
home, aren't they
yeah.
really, really good at home?
Yeah, they're really good,
Yeah.
but I mean, it's opening week. If
Yeah, and
someone's not going to
KC,
come
KC
prepared,
actually doesn't come out guns blazing. Like week 1, usually KC just kind of takes it easy and gets everyone going because they lost week 1 last year, didn't they?
I
think
remember.
They did.
Anyway,
They lost to the Lions last year.
yeah,
First,
the
first week of the year.
Lions.
Yep.
I
So I think they're going to be
Harbaugh to get that
honed in
team.
and ready.
Yeah, John Harbaugh is just, I don't know why, he's just a professional coach. Like, these guys just know it's the game. They're just ready to come. I feel like KC, Andy Reid, it's like, you guys just do what you do and you're badasses. So, the first 2 weeks, if they're not playing right, Andy Reid's not scared because he knows, we're still going to win the
they'll
Super
get
Bowl.
whipped in.
Where-
for a-
John Harbaugh knows every single game is so fucking important because of home field advantage, and now he's got burned before. So I think John Harbaugh is going to come prepared every single game this year.
Think about it. So Sorrow's point as to they lost last year in the first game, I think that like pertains to that Kansas City is going to be a little more honed in. They're going to be ready. They're going to come.
maybe
ready
they do want to win opening. Yeah,
So
opening
they're
the
more-
season up. They don't want to lose. But
Andy Reid has like an amazing record when he has time to prepare as well, whether it be the bye week or the first week of the season.
But they also did win the Super Bowl, and they're coming off that. So
They won the Super Bowl. They didn't lose the Super Bowl.
no, I know
won
if they
it.
lost the Super Bowl, I think they definitely come more prepared. Like if you win the Super Bowl and you lost week 1 last year,
Brad,
and you still won,
you
that
want a better burrito?
Well, I'm
so I'll take
burritos.
burrito plus 3. I'll take Baltimore.
I'm
he's
taking
getting
that.
plus 3.
You said they were
Taking
going to
that
win.
plus 3. Yeah. Now he's backing up. I
Yeah,
always
you
said
like
plus 3.
You like
Take
that
my
money?
line. If you want the money line, then I'm going
You
to
get
get
a-
double meat and a
you
large
get-
drink.
Well, you get a half a burrito for the plus 3.
No, double. No way.
You
man.
you want
No
me
way.
to give you better odds and give you, even money.
You
That's
can
a
get a
smart plan.
queso or something if you do that. That would even out the odds.
Double
Hey,
meat.
no,
It'll be
not
like
double
I
meat.
got a
It'll be
free
like
queso today and gave it away. I don't want your queso.
You know, you got to love Brad's negotiating tactics, though.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Very good.
I understand his point. The odds are, why wouldn't he be taking the odds? I hear you.
If I'll take even odds, but
how
I
about
want
minus
even
2.5?
odds,
How about minus 2.5?
Dirty motherfucker. 2 and 3/4 and get a deal.
Okay, minus 2 3/4. We're done.
You got yourself a goddamn deal.
Solid burrito bag.
The next game
Quesadilla.
is on Friday. Green Bay at Eagles.
That's overseas, right?
It's
I
in
don't
Brazil.
know.
Brazil.
Oh, is that the
Brazil.
first time it's been in Brazil?
I believe that's
For
the
sure.
first NFL game.
Yeah.
Isn't it
That's
pronounced
another good one.
Brazil?
Brazil.
I was gonna say, does anybody want to pronounce it correctly? I can't.
You got it. Can you guys
Matt,
roll your
Matt
eyes?
did it.
Matt can.
Matt did that. That
Yeah.
was nice.
That was too sexy. Too sexy.
No, that should be a good game too, though. The NFL did very well for us to give us two standalone games. Our first ever Friday night game.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting schedule tidbit there. So Friday night, that thing's on Peacock, though. Do you guys have Peacock?
I literally have everything.
Might be time to get
Peacock.
Yeah, I don't even want to add it all up how much it all costs because it's way more than cable ever cost me. But
Yeah,
I will
see what
say
it is.
I literally have anything I ever want to watch on any channel.
How do you
And no
make the
commercial.
time? I just want to know, how do you make the time to watch Thursday night, Friday night, all day Sunday night, Monday night? That's like half my life, more than half.
Well,
Yeah, like it's not like I'm just sitting down on the couch with
Teach me.
everything else in
That's
my
how
life.
That's how I like to watch it that way, but I can't.
No, it's literally on your phone.
How do you do it?
You put it on your phone and you set it down and you put a little AirPod in and you listen to it. And then you listen to the game.
You listen to Red Zone?
No.
Like you have a Red Zone
no,
channel?
not Red Zone. Sunday. Yeah, I'll listen to some
Sunday.
because I know all the players. So if they're talking about certain guys, I'm like, okay, this game's on. And then let's say it's like, oh, they're about to show Saquon on the 5. I pull my phone out and watch that shit,
Got it.
But then they're talking about, Tennessee and Will Levis on the 15. I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit about that. So
right. Got it. Okay.
I don't give a shit about Will Levis.
Yeah. Like, I don't think
I've
anyone
been doing it wrong. I just sit down and watch the whole thing.
No,
I don't think the Titans do.
I don't go anywhere all day Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm for sure doing that a couple
If you're
times.
watching Titan Jaguars, that's why you're doing it wrong, You gotta watch some meaningful games.
It's the Titans versus the Bears this weekend. Are you gonna watch that?
I'm gonna watch
Probably.
Khalib. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch Khalib.
Yeah. Brad's a big fan of Khalib Williams.
Yes.
Caleb.
I know it's my nickname
It's
for him.
Caleb.
Khalib.
I know
You
it's
call him
Khalib.
Khalib.
Yes.
Khalib,
I don't know
Caleb.
why. He can't
What
get it out of
about-
his head.
I'm gonna start calling him Khalid now.
Khalib, right? It sounds
Khalib
cool.
Williams.
Yeah.
Sunday
It's
Sunday
cool.
night, Rams Lions. That's gonna be a good one.
Rams,
Nah.
Lions should be a great
Oh,
game.
I agree. I think it's gonna be a good one.
I like that one.
I love that game. You know why?
Detroit dominates.
From a
I
fantasy
would like to see
aspect,
that.
You got both running backs.
I got both running backs.
That's the best game to watch.
I love those games. And it's just each side of the ball, I have the running back.
Yeah, you get offense both sides.
Yeah.
I will.
But
I mean,
Detroit will
it-
dominate.
I
think so?
I think they're gonna dominate.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you might want to try move Kyron if you can.
Nah.
Something tells me that the Stafford's just going to kind of fall
Nah.
off.
He might have a bad week this week because it's Detroit, but that's about it.
Plus, Stafford
Okay.
should be fully
Yeah,
He's going to get the
healed from
volume.
his injury, right? Like he should be back to 100 by
Yeah.
now.
yeah.
He had like a
He's
hand
getting
injury
old.
or some shit, right?
No, I like
you
the
age
Rams
fast in the NFL.
You like
I
the Rams?
a lot. Yeah, I like them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like to win?
No, not in the game. No,
Oh.
just I like the Rams this season. This season, I
Oh,
actually
God.
think Brad's right. Detroit probably does win this thing like 41-27.
Yeah.
But
I think 41-17. 38-17. That's my
That
Here, let me look at the spread on that one.
It's not 21.
It's only
ESPN now,
6
they have the
five.
spread right there with it. Yeah, spread's -4 right now.
For
Lions-
Detroit?
they're calling it pretty close then.
Yeah, I mean
A
that's
touchdown,
kind
a
of them
touchdown.
saying that they're going to win by a touchdown, basically. I think. Yeah, I like the Lions.
I think they
like
win
the Lions a
Lions
lot.
easy.
Yeah.
And plus, Jared Goff, I mean, You don't think he likes sticking it to the Rams every time he plays?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what the biggest spread is this week?
That would be
Whoever's playing
the
the
Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Bengals.
Whoever's
the
playing the
Patriots.
Patriots. The Brad says whoever's playing the Patriots. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly correct. Yeah. Pretty much gonna be like that most of the season. Who the Giants play?
Vikings.
No, the Vikings.
Vikings.
The Vikings. Okay.
Vikings.
Interesting.
Do you hear a
That
difference?
game's such a close line. Do you hear the difference at all?
I said two different names.
What'd you
Vikings. Vikings.
Vikings.
Who was that?
Which
Michael
one am I
Irvin,
saying?
right?
It's
Michael
Michael
Irvin?
Irvin. Yeah. You can't tell
He was
which one
literally
he's saying.
talking about two teams, and you couldn't tell which one he was saying because he said
They're playing
Falcons.
each other, and he was saying them back and forth,
Falcons
and you
and
couldn't tell.
Vikings.
Vikings.
Reminds me of the Water Boys, that one guy that you can't understand what the fuck he's saying.
Oh, any other games though? Let's see. I told you guys I'm looking forward to Jags and Dolphins. I think that's going to have a lot of points, so that should be fun to watch.
I think we should.
So I'm going to make a Super Bowl prediction or
Okay, let's do
AFC,
that real quick.
AFC, NFC championship game prediction. I don't want to just predict Super Bowl.
Okay.
I'm going to say Baltimore and KC, AFC championship. And I'm going to say Philly and Houston.
Philly and Houston can't be in there.
Oh, yeah, AFC. Sorry, Philly and Houston.
AFC.
49ers?
Yeah,
Philly
49ers.
and Niners. Yeah.
Detroit.
Houston might make it to the AFC.
I could see Houston and Kansas City.
I could see Houston. Well, no, I think Houston might upset Kansas City if they came down to it. So I'd see two of those three.
No
I'm
Bengals?
saying
No Bengals
Kansas
in there?
City's not just to walk every time they play. They put themselves at risk all the time. They just always just.
Sorry, you like Bengals?
What about Cincy? They're
I like Bengals.
rumor on the street. Joe Burrow's coming back for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's all right. You got disgruntled Chase. You got a backfield that's going to take like 4 to 6 weeks to develop, and their defense isn't playing as good as they've been. So,
well, the defense should be. The defense should be good.
They got Pittsburgh in that division that's going to play as well as them, and they got Baltimore. Like, dude, that's a tough division to be in.
Okay. Let's see.
No, I like the Bengals too. I think they got a good shot at winning the AFC. I think they really do. They're a great team. As long as they get this Chase situation figured out. They got to figure it out.
I'll put Bengals up against Houston. Burrito bet straight up.
Just who goes further?
Who goes further? Yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that. Not with the variable of Chase.
And what
if you told me Chase was signed like tonight and you said he was signed, I would take that bet all day. But with having the variable where I don't think they're going to get it figured out very quickly. I think Chase is going to miss a couple weeks.
He's so disgruntled about Justin always getting the accolades and him not,
he literally says, that's what he's saying. He wants literally 1 penny more than Justin Jefferson.
They went to LSU together. He thinks he's a better receiver, and he's not being showed the respect, and he's disgruntled.
Yeah, he wants 1 penny more.
And honestly, I think Justin Jefferson is a better receiver, but Jamar Chase is not far below.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. I don't know. I don't think they get it figured out very quickly either. I feel bad for Mark. He drafted Jamar Chase.
If I was that owner, I'd offer him 1 penny less.
But Mike Brown, right? Mike Brown owns
the you're not going to sign that contract for 2 pennies.
But isn't he known to be a little I don't know, not cheap, but just doesn't put his money in the right place. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if that actually happened? What if he said, "No, we'll give you 1 penny less than Justin Jefferson," and he said, "I won't sign it"?
Then
he literally wouldn't sign it for 2 pennies.
It's a pissing match. It's a pissing match.
That would be hilarious. 2 fucking pennies. He wouldn't sign
it. It's crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
They need to deal with it though. Like honestly, from an organizational standpoint, what are you going to do? Not pay him? You're just not going to pay Jamar Chase? Come on, you're going to pay him eventually. So just get it done.
They'll get it done before Thursday, and if that happens, can he play on Sunday?
Oh, I mean, if he's ready, but
Rich, why did you mess up that beautiful text thread where I had Jay sweating about CeeDee Lamb?
Oh,
ruined
yeah.
Dude, I am thinking he wasn't going to play.
I mean, it's
Dude,
funny,
he
but
was sweating.
not that funny. Yeah, he was like, "What's going on?"
What do you mean he's not playing? And I sent him
What do
the
you
picture
mean?
of him out. He's like,
Yeah,
dude. What did I do?
yeah.
Speaking of getting
Then
it
Rich
done,
just texts, he will play.
we got to get this
He's
podcast.
playing. Sorry, yeah, I did ruin that.
Well,
Ruined
but-
it.
So
not
bored.
to cut it short, but I gotta bounce. Fun week back.
Okay.
It's been, what's it called? I had a good time at the draft. Let's see what happens with my team. I want to get a running back. I'm getting me a freaking running.
Go get one.
Good
I'll
luck.
get you a running back. Good luck. Good luck to you,
Next,
sir. Yeah.
next week we'll talk about your trade that you
Yeah.
did.
So what? Next week hopefully I'll have a running back. And what are your goals for next week, guys?
Tank tail.
To
Tank
climb the quarterback ladder.
Get
a
the
little
QB.
bit.
Okay. So we
I just
need.
I
all
do not
three-
plan on making as many trades as I did before. There's only literally one guy or Nico Collins, so technically two guys. So if that doesn't get done, then I'm just riding my team out. So
And that's the thing with the Brad. He's never had anything close to the same team by the end of the season. Like
this year
it's-
will be different.
it's moved and
He says
gone
this. He says this stuff, but nothing's
Yeah.
different, really.
proclamation. How many trades did you have last year? 16 or 17?
17.
17. I think
He's already got one.
calm down, but I think you go 14 this year.
I will bet money I'll be under 7.
Well, no, then you'll.
Oh,
then-
oh.
then- no, hang on. You
I'll
can't
bet on
control
that.
your own destiny. Yeah. Would you bet on that? You
Bet
think he
on
can
that.
control himself
Under
I
7.
was
Are we
just
doing
about to set the
over-under?
over under.
with money on?
set
Yeah.
the over under, and it's definitely higher than 6.5.
Yeah, 7's low. I'll take that too.
It's low. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would take the over.
Double
You watch.
meat burrito. Is that what
I'm telling
Let's go.
you, like literally, I wanted 8 guys, and I literally got 7 of them. Never in my draft
And
have I ever.
literally, this
got
much
that
football
many.
has been played.
I know.
We'll see. Okay,
This
let's
much
see if
football.
Brad can hold
We'll
up to his
circle back. We'll
his
circle back.
7
Yeah.
max
Every
7.
week.
Of course we will. Okay.
Back
every
at
week.
it next week.
There you
Good
go.
Later.
night. Bye.
See you.